What's good, YouTube? It's Zeke the Freak here, bringing you another episode of Doubles Domination. This is episode 5, so if you haven't seen episodes 1 through 4, what are you waiting for? Go check them out. With that being said, we have another battle here with the Rain team, Polyludi, Mega Metagross, and Terrakion versus Brennan today, who has a Leafeon, Heatran, Conkeldurr, and Landorus T. So, I've only seen Leafeon a couple times. I've actually never seen someone who can effectively use a Leafeon. I know there was one at a recent VGC tournament who was running some like crazy natural gift set, like Charty Berry, and it was like super awesome, but I doubt this is a Charty Berry Leafeon. Anyway, I lead with Polyludi because looking at the team I see that it's pretty weak to rain, and if it's even a little weak to rain, I figure why not give it a shot as long as they don't have like rain counters on the team. So I led with rain, go for fake out on Landorus so I don't get U-turn KO'd there in case he did want to switch. I take the Mach Punch. I'm surprised he went for Mach Punch and not knockoff there. But the combination of fake out and Surf is an easy KO on Landorus and even does solid damage to the Conkeldurr. We see the Leafeon come out, and I don't really feel like taking a Leaf Blade from Politoed, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out to Metagross, who has a much better matchup here. And plus, the Leaf Blade was pretty obvious, so I mean, he had a pretty compelling reason to go for Leaf Blade. I doubt he would try and play around and like guess that I would, stay in or something. I don't know, or that I would switch. Anyway, he went for the Leaf Blade like I predicted. I'm able to take that easily with Metagross, despite how powerful Leafeon can be. Actually, has really good attack stat. And then we see the Life Orb, so that was a pretty powerful Leaf Blade. I have no doubt it would have one-hit KO'd Politoed. We take, I think that was an Ice Punch on Ludicolo. Again, my opponent not making the best plays here with Conkeldurr. I think he really should have tried knockoff there. But then Mach Punch is going to be able to KO there on Ludicolo. But I'm fine with that. I have no problem losing Ludicolo at this point. As long as I still have a way to deal with whatever he has in the back. Leafeon ends up killing itself there with knockoff. So maybe he doesn't have knockoff on Conk. If we see the knockoff on Leafeon, that's possible. But honestly, it's kind of pointless not to have it. It's such great coverage against Psychic types. We see the knockoff, yeah, like I said, on Metagross, which I'm able to stomach pretty easily, thanks to it not being stabbed and coming from the Leafeon there. We hang on. I have Terrakion. This game's pretty much over here. All I have to do is protect here and go for a close combat. And unless it's a Chople Berry Heatran, it's going down to a close combat. And as you can see, it's not. We'll never know what your item is, Heatran, because you're gone. So that's going to do it for that first match against Brennan. Now I have one more here against Silver, who is running Landorus, Salamence, Amoonguss, and Rotom. And I'm going to go with Thundurus, Ludicolo, Hydreigon, and Terrakion. Looking at his team, I decided Rain was not that great here. Amoonguss doesn't mind it, Rotom doesn't mind it, Salamence doesn't mind it, and I figured it was more important to have Thundurus to taunt the Amoonguss than it was to have Politoed there for speed control. Thundurus also has speed control in Thunder Wave, so yeah, that was my reasoning for going with the Thundurus Ludi lead, which is a lead you've seen a few times by now. It's proven to be pretty effective. Either Thundurus or Ludicolo or Polyludi are usually my leads, and they tend to do pretty well. So my opponent Silver is going to lead with Amoonguss and Rotom. Side note, I don't know why people like picking the name Silver so much, because this isn't Heart Gold or Soul Silver, but I must have fought at least like 8 different Silvers online by now, and they're all different. So, yeah, I don't know what that's about. Anyway, I taunt turn 1 into Amoonguss and go for an Ice Beam. Turn 2, you're going to see the Thunderbolt. If you missed it in turn 1, Rotom went for Will-O-Wisp, which missed, which is unfortunate, but neither of these guys are physical, so it doesn't really matter. Turn 2, I go ahead and double into the Rotom for the KO there. Since I know that now that Amoonguss is taunted, it can't do much. I actually thought he would switch there. I don't know why he didn't, honestly. That was a poor play on his part to not switch there. Maybe since he has Landorus in the back, and oh yeah, you know what, that's what it was. I didn't know it at the time, but since he has Landorus and Salamence in the back, he didn't want to switch out Amoonguss because he didn't want to take a quad weak ice type attack there. So that kind of makes sense, but his Amoonguss wasn't helping him at all there. I go ahead and bring Terrakion in here because I was over-predicting, honestly. I thought he was going to have U-turn and U-turn into Ludicolo, and I didn't want to lose Ludi yet because I figured he might have Salamence in the back. Works out for me because he actually ends up going for a knockoff on the Looty spot, which gives me a nice Justify boost. I do lose the Lumberry, but as long as he's taunted, he can't put me to sleep anyway, so I don't need the Lumberry. Landorus is almost done thanks to that HP Ice, which actually we see that it's not Choice Scarf HP Ice, so I guess I really over-predicted with that switch, because Landorus, A, it has Protect, and B, we already outsped it and hit it with HP Ice, proving that it didn't have the Choice Scarf, because otherwise it would have outsped Thundurus. Anyway, I'm just timing my turns carefully and being sure to go for taunts on the Amoonguss to make sure we don't have to deal with Rage Powder or Spore. I went for a close combat here. Honestly, Rock Slide might have been the better play. I probably could have taken out the Terrakion there and gone for like HP Ice onto the Amoonguss. I really don't know why I did that, but you know, hindsight's 20/20. So at the time, I guess I thought close combat would do a lot more to Amoonguss. It didn't occur to me that it would resist the close combat. I don't know all my resistances. I know weaknesses pretty well, obviously. You kind of have to. But sometimes double typing can give you some weird resistances. Like, I wouldn't have guessed that Amoonguss resists fighting. Maybe some of you watching are like, of course Amoonguss resists fighting. But you've probably figured that out for yourself through playing. So, I mean, that's kind of how Pokemon works, you know. You learn as you go. Now I know Amoonguss is resistant to fighting, so I wouldn't try something like that again. Anyway, all he's got left is Salamence here. I really think that he could have utilized Amoonguss a lot better, because it's really been just sitting there the whole game doing nothing, which makes it very easy for me to team up on the other slot and win, which is basically what I've been doing the whole time. We take a Hyper Voice here. Does big damage, but thanks to Assault Vest, Ludicolo hangs on, and thanks to his typing, Thundurus hangs on. We get the Citrus Berry. I'm going to go for an Ice Beam there. Actually onto the Amoonguss, because I know that now that I decided not to focus on the Salamence, because A, I thought it might protect, and B, I have Hydreigon in the back still, so I figured as long as I get a T-Wave off on Salamence, we win. I can HP Ice it, I can Ice Beam it, and I can Draco Meteor it. So he'd be hard-pressed to come back 3-1 with Salamence and win this game, especially having to rely on Hyper Voice. That's not going to do it for him. So that's going to be a win there against Silver. I really think this match could have been a lot closer had he utilized the Amoonguss just a little more effectively, but he ended up bringing two guys who were quad weak to Ice when I had so much Ice on my team, honestly. I have 3 Pokemon on this team that can use Ice-type moves, so really that's to counter the metagame. Because Pokemon like Salamence and Landorus are so prominent, I figure it's best to have the most Ice coverage that you can, just to make sure that whatever matchup I go into, whichever 4 I bring, I pretty much always have some sort of Ice-type stab to deal with Pokemon like Landorus and Salamence. Okay, so that being said, 2 quick easy wins there. Stay tuned for more videos, guys. I'd like to try and get some live commentary videos back onto the channel. It's just a matter of time at this point, and when I have time to record. It's a lot easier to record these quick 10-minute post-commentary videos than it is to record, like, say, a 30-minute battle spot video, because you never really know how long a video is going to go when you're on the battle spot. And then sometimes I wonder if I should stretch it into 2 battles, if it's a really quick one, or just 1. It's all about timing and stuff, so like I said, I'll try and keep live videos coming if I can, and we'll see them as they come. That being said, if you enjoyed today's episode of Doubles Domination, please be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you're thinking of the series and what you'd like to see in the future, whether it's new teams, suggested ideas for like maybe new spreads or movesets that you've seen be very effective. I'm always open to some feedback, so I definitely appreciate that. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.